After days, months, whatever you want to call it, of waiting, we're finally getting a Nintendo Direct, and it's coming tomorrow, February 8th. Now I want to do a quick tier list on what we could potentially see. Now, it's going to be simple. I'm first going to start with stuff that we're probably not going to see, like for example, Smash Bros. DLC or Mother 3. We're going to start off with that, and then we're going to go up more and more each section until we go up to something that might be possible. Like for example, I don't know, maybe some Pokemon news or like new news on like Legend of Zelda game. With that being said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'm trying to get to 100 followers by the end of the year, and then eventually to 1,000 and then to 1 million one day. But my goal is right now just 100 by the end of the year. And let's begin with a tier list. So instead of like doing a tier list, I decided it's better if I did a ranking using Pokeballs. I've done this in the past video actually, but yeah. So we're gonna be ranking using Pokeballs. 1 ball means this is not happening in the Direct. 2 being it's highly unlikely, but there's like that small chance it might happen. 3 being it might happen. Like if it happens, if it doesn't happen, I'm not surprised. If it doesn't happen, I won't be surprised either. 4 being it's happening, but I don't think it will be in this Direct, or it'll be too early for that. And 5 being it's definitely happening. Like I'm willing to bet money that we're gonna see this in the next Direct. Now let's begin. Mario being Nintendo's golden child, there's more likely we'll see something Mario related to the Switch. The main thing people want to see is Mario Odyssey 2, which it's highly unlikely, or some form of DLC. Funny thing is that there used to be a thing in like the globe when you're in Mario Odyssey that you can actually see Delfino Isle on the globe, but this will actually pass that out. So yeah, general like big Mario stuff not happening. Actually no, highly unlikely. Mario Sports. More news for Mario Strikers is more likely to be possible, like for example, I don't know, a new character or stadium or a patch notes or whatnot. However, there is one notable thing I do think will be happening. A new Mario baseball title. Just like Sluggers. There has been leaks circulating stating that they're like in development at the moment. Like they're making a Mario Sluggers like for Switch. It was actually released by this guy named Zippo. I don't know much about him, but he does leak a lot of things. Apparently a lot of things that he leaks actually are pretty like reliable. And apparently this game is going to be in development by Bandai Namco. They helped make Smash Bros. And Pac-Man. And Now Productions, which apparently they made Sonic Riders, so this would be interesting. The chances of this getting in though is like a 3. It might happen, or it might not. It might happen in the future Direct though. Mario Party. Maybe an update or 2 or DLC, but it's probably not happening. A lot of people have been like campaigning for like a new Mario Party game, and it's not surprised because like I mean, after all, Mario Party used to be a yearly thing back in the day, but I don't think we're getting a new Mario Party of any sort right now. Right now in the ranking, I think it will be like a 2. Highly unlikely we'll get any Mario Party news. With Mario Kart having DLC, there's a huge chance of us getting like wave 4 of DLC. What type of courses we might get, we don't know, but we're definitely going to get some info about this. We're probably going to get something like related to Mario Tour too. Mario movie. In the last few Directs, we have seen some news from the Mario movie, with it coming out in April. So maybe we might see one last trailer or a special interview with someone like, I don't know, Miyamoto or Chris Pratt, Blackjack, or the whole cast or something like that, like we have in the past. Or heck, maybe even something from Charles Martinet. Since we know he is participating in the movie, but we don't know in what exactly. I just do definitely see some news coming out. Nintendo World. It'll be cool to have some new info about Nintendo World. I don't know, maybe a new ride or a new park in the US would be great, or something, or stuff similar to that. That'll be so cool and interesting. Donkey Kong. For years, we have been rumored a Donkey Kong game made by Rare in development, but was never confirmed. Last time Rare made a game was Donkey Kong Country Freeze, Tropical Freeze, and that came out 9 years ago. That's right, this company hasn't made a game in 9 years, and that is crazy. We do know they're making Metroid and the Metroid Prime trilogy, and well, you know, they're going through development hell with that. But a lot of DK fans want to be eating well this direct, and they want to see at least some new Donkey Kong content. And speaking of Donkey Kong content, the DK movie. Rumors exist that there is actually some drafts of the DK movie out there. However, I find this highly unlikely. Like, come on. Let's get over with, like, the Mario movie first. Legend of Zelda. With Tears of the Kingdom coming out really soon, we're 100% going to see news about this game. A lot of things. Especially with how good Breath of the Wild is and how successful it was. The success of Breath of the Wild was basically like a great thing for the Switch, and it was the main reason why Switch became really popular and became successful in general. So you know for a fact that they're going to put in a lot of care for Tears of the Kingdom. Like, this game has big shoes to fill on how good Breath of the Wild was. So we can actually see like the creator of Zelda himself coming in and saying more info about the game, whether it's about the plot, showing gameplay, or a new trailer. We're definitely getting a new trailer, like come on, we have to. Or a character reveal. Since we don't really know much about this game except for the day it's being released. Especially after it got delayed. However, I'm willing to put money that we're gonna see this, but I feel like this will definitely be the last thing they reveal in the direct. Most likely to like hype up, like drive up as much hype as possible, because if there's one thing that a lot of fans want to see news is on this new game. And speaking of Zelda content, Lego Zelda. Now there's a lot of evidence going toward Lego making like a new like Zelda thing. First off, there's a bunch of leaks showing this, and apparently Lego stopped taking like Zelda ideas, so this could mean one thing. Either one, they were overflowing with like Lego ideas from fans for Zelda, or they're already in negotiations with Nintendo on making like a Nintendo Lego Legend of Zelda set or something similar to that. But yeah, that's what I think. Also, this is a point of video I want to say that everything I'm saying is speculation, and if you are thinking everything I'm saying by heart and believing me, and then when a direct happens and then you start blaming my ass for, I don't know, something not coming on direct and blaming me, fuck you. Like, bruh, this is speculation, alright? I just need to put it out somewhere in the middle of the video so y'all know. Smash Bros DLC. No. Just no. I don't know why, but people have been saying like, they want Smash Bros on Smash Bros DLC. No, it's not happening. No Smash Bros DLC. No Melee Deluxe. Just so. It's not happening. However, we may get some Smash content in the next section.
What do you mean by that?
N64 Expansion. In the Nintendo Direct, they confirmed that Mario Party 3, Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2, 1-Day Snowboarding, and Excitebike are coming to the expansion pass. They said that they'll be gradually coming in, but we might get more information on the exact release dates of each one. Plus, who knows, maybe even some more games, like for example, like Smash 64, Diddy Kong Racing, Banjo-Tooie, or other games similar to that. Similarly, we might even get some like Sega games too on the Sega expansion pass. Some people have even been seeing like leaks of the OG Game Boy games coming to Switch as part of an expansion, but I don't know if that's coming in this direct yet. Like, I've seen leaks about it, like in data mines about like Pokemon, so it might be with like its own expansion pack. Like it'll come with like Nintendo Online expansion for free, like the Game Boy with N64. But yeah. Speaking of Pokemon Stadium though, Pokemon. We will most likely definitely get Pokemon news, but not a lot. You see, Pokemon Day is actually coming really soon this month, and they usually have their own direct on Pokemon Day. So we'll probably just get a reminder, hey, Pokemon Day is happening this week, or hey, Pokemon Day is happening this month, and they usually do their own direct on Pokemon stuff on their own. So most likely we'll just get like a quick like announcement like, hey, DLC is coming up, more information on Pokemon Day, or hey, patch notes for how dog shit are games coming up soon, keep an eye on that, or really small stuff like that. I'll definitely be making like a separate video about things we might get on Pokemon Day, and I actually already did a whole video about like potential Pokemon leaks literally a few days ago. Go check it out. I put a lot of effort in that video. New console. Also a no. Like, just no. I don't think we'll be getting any news on a new console just yet. I have heard though rumors that saying that like they plan to make a new console after next year. Like apparently Tears of the Kingdom is gonna be like the last like Nintendo Switch like produced game, and then they're gonna start developing a new console. But I just think this is bogus, personally. I mean, there are a few things going toward it, like for example how we're supposed to have like a light year this year, so not many games are coming out this year for Nintendo side, but I don't know. I don't technically believe that. However, just because we're not getting a console doesn't mean we can get accessories like Game & Watch. We've seen Game & Watch consoles in the past with Zelda and Mario, but it may not, and it might come back, but it's very unlikely. However, speaking of accessories, amiibos. We've seen different amiibos for different types of games in the past, and like in the Toys of Life craze, like the amiibos have been like the one that have actually survived. However, if we are getting amiibos in this direct, I can see it something like either Zelda related or Pikmin related. I'll get to the Pikmin in a sec. However, for Smash Bros, we might get more details on the Sora amiibo. Now, I don't know exactly like what's the dates on each amiibo getting released. I'll put up on screen because they made a whole thing about it, but they might explain more on that. Plus, I also made a whole video about the Sora amiibo, so go watch that video too. I put a lot of work into that video too. It'll be really great. But yeah, like, they might finally like show off the Sora amiibo or something like that. Amiibos are very likely. It's just we don't know what type. Metroid. We know that Metroid 4 is in development, and there are a chance that we might finally get some news on it. However, this is very unlikely too, because you know, Metroid 4 has been in like development hell for the last few years. Like the fact that we got like Metroid confirmed like a new game was like years ago, and even then we still haven't got any news on it. But yeah. Also, we also have like a lot of rumors on the Prime trilogy like coming to Switch. So if they do like say some Metroid news for Metroid 4, they might just do like Metroid, like the Metroid Prime trilogy, like the port, like they might announce it, it's coming to Switch, and then after that gets released, then they'll release 4. But yeah. Speaking of delays, Advance Wars. After being delayed after the conflict between Russia and Ukraine, Rubricant had been delayed indefinitely. We know the game's done, but we can finally, since that conflict kind of like is over to an extent, I don't follow politics, but yeah, we can definitely see some news on this game. It's actually been data mined in like the Nintendo eShop's code about things about like Advance Wars. Also, there's also been like photos circulating of some stores actually putting up decorations for Advance Wars. So what's most likely to happen is that we're probably like they're going to release it like literally tomorrow or that Friday or really soon, like on the eShop, and then like a week or two later, like they'll like physically release the game itself. I'm willing to bet money that we're definitely going to see stuff on this. Silksong. A lot of people are anticipating Silksong stuff, and we may or may not get him. It's a somewhat likely for me. Pikmin 4. No release data or info is really known much about it, and I can definitely see us getting some more info about it, whether it's a trailer or just new stuff about it. Man, just like small stuff, like, you know, how the game will work, or just a small trailer. Kirby. Kirby Return to Dreamland is going to release very soon. And with games releasing very soon, Nintendo likes to like promote their games, so they just might like do a small promotion. You already do know a lot about this game, like how Kirby's getting 2 new copy abilities with Mecha Kirby and Sand Kirby, as well as new art styles and new game modes and stuff like that. But in a leak, where the box art was leaked, we saw there was a Magolor mode. And they might explain this mode more in the direct officially. So yeah, that's what I think for Kirby. Kirby's an interesting case, because we know most of it about it, except for one like mode, and even then that's a leak. Octopath Traveler 2. A lot of things like Square Enix does with their games, they reveal their games and then like a trailer later, but then with that trailer they also reveal a little free demo, and with that demo you can play like the first 2 chapters of that game, but when the game comes out, the things you have from the game, from the demo, will go straight to like the main game. So I could definitely see this happening. Mother 3. As much as I love Mother 3, I'm gonna have to take copium and just admit it that it's just not gonna happen. I'm gonna have high hopes for it, but no, it's just not gonna happen. I will literally pop off if it does though. However, there's another game that will make me pop off. F-Zero. I would love to see more content from the series, just like with Mother 3, but I'm gonna have to take copium and say this is very unlikely. It's actually been confirmed in an interview that the only reason why we haven't seen another F-Zero game in a while is because the developers don't want to make another game unless they find something like that'll spice up the formula. Plus, with how good Mario Kart's DLC is doing, I don't think there's enough room in town for another racing game. Just an update about apparently there's been leaks and reports saying that 2023 is going to be the year of F-Zero. So maybe they might finally get an F-Zero game after like almost 2 decades. I think the last time we got an F-Zero game was in 2003. So if we do get an F-Zero game, it might be this year. And I'm actually pretty excited for that. Xenoblade. Expansion Pass 3 is stated to come out sometime this year, so getting some new info about this would be really dope. Splatoon DLC. With how successful Splatoon is, and basically being like the fastest selling game in Japan or something to that extent, we're definitely going to see some info on Splatoon. Plus, Splatfest is happening this weekend, so they might give us some more details on that. So yeah, like we're 100% going to see some form of Splatoon news. Whether it's an update, new info on like the DLC, because we do know we're getting DLC. In fact, 2 is the DLC, except the only thing we don't know is like the exact details or dates or whatnot. So they're probably going to explain more of this in depth. Kid Icarus port. Sakurai has actually talked about in the past that he wants to do a Kid Icarus port, so we actually might finally get to see that in fruition. However, if we do get this, I don't think it'll be anytime soon. So I don't think it's likely we'll get any information on this, really. Besides, I mean, from looks like it, Sakurai is doing his own thing at home. He's taking a break after, the long-ass development of Smash Bros. So yeah, the guy deserves to rest. Mario's vs. Rabbids DLC. This game was surprisingly successful, and of course we do know that this game's getting DLC, including one for with Rayman, which I'm really excited for, so we might finally get to know some more info on that. Persona news. After Persona 5 finally coming to Switch, even though it's going to be playing in probably potato quality, and we do have like all the digital releases of Persona 3 and 4, we might get an announcement of the physical release, or just like a real announcement like, hey, Persona's on Switch now, come play it. I don't think Nintendo did really any big like update about it, or like did much like about who was like advertising this, but I could see him doing that. And before we end the video, I just want to do a quick update about the Legend of Zelda piece. So apparently we have data mined the eShop, and we actually found out that Tears of the Wild might be $69.99, so $70. And a lot of pre-orders for the game actually got cancelled. So this could mean 2 things. One, they canceled pre-orders because the price is slightly higher, or 2, they might actually delay this game again. These are my 2 series, but yeah, because like it's right now like 10:17 a.m. right now, and like I'm trying to get this video finished by 12 p.m. so 5 hours before the direct. But yeah, that is crazy. Let me know what you think in the comments. Multiverses. Man, I remember when I used to make content for this game a while back. Don't expect me to count to friends again, lol. Like, this game is just dead, and the developers they are doing some stuff like patch notes, but I don't know, like, nobody watched my Multiverses content, and like, it's just a dying game. The developers aren't doing much about it, even though they say they are. However, there are some like code in like the data mine for like Multiverses stating that there are some like evidence of Switch compatibility coming out. I will love this to happen, and this will actually make me play the game more with on my Switch. But yeah, I'm gonna have to take the copium. Star Fox, Me Games, Arms 2, Punch Out. If any of these come out, I'll be really surprised. Highly unlikely. If anything, for a Me game, we might get like more like I don't know, more info on like the Me Sports game. I think Golf Mode is coming out. I don't know much about it, but we might get some info on that if it hasn't come out yet. But yeah. Fire Emblem Engage. Fire Emblem Engage actually sold pretty well, and sold very well. And although not confirmed, we can definitely see DLC coming out for this game in the future. Because, you know, Nintendo loves selling DLC for games. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. It's like somewhat likely.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Sonic Frontiers. We do know that Sonic Frontiers is gradually getting updates throughout the year, and as we've seen in this chart. And usually, like, Sega and Nintendo has a good relationship, so I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo decided to promote like Sonic Frontiers or announces like a new like update. For example, I don't know, this like feature is available now, or this or that or whatnot. Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing is done for the most part on Switch. And that's all the things that you can expect from Nintendo Direct. I try to get every single thing like Nintendo related out the way, so like, you know, so I wouldn't miss anything. But if I did miss anything, why don't you put in the comments? That will really help me out. Also, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If I get at least 5 of these right, you have to subscribe to me. Like, you just have to. But yeah, I think that's really everything to talk about for the Direct. Have a nice day and stay safe, because those streets are not safe. Good night.